What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in, and hope everybody's staying safe in these weird times right now. So I got a little bit of a different video coming for you this week. My computer crashed, for everybody that doesn't know, about a week and a half ago, and I'd ordered one, but they didn't tell me it was out of stock when I ordered it, so I waited for a little over a week, and then finally they contacted me and I reordered another one a little bit better that they had in stock. So it finally came today, and I wasn't here. I was actually prepping a spot for tomorrow. Right now I'm just prepping some corn for tomorrow and getting all the camera gear charged up and the boat battery, because the swim that we're fishing is a small little creek that runs for about 20 kilometers and then dumps into our Riviera de Mille right beside this church. And when the water's high and this flooding happens in the spring, it washes a bunch of snags in, and this year is worse than ever. So the fish are there, but we want to have the boat to be able to make sure that we don't lose too many fish. So this week's video, I'm going to do a pack bait how-to video, how I like to make my pack bait. I have all the ingredients. I couldn't find exactly everything I like to use. I like to use panko, and I found breadcrumbs, which I used to use before, but panko is a little bit better to use for like your base. Got like jello powder. I like to add some of that. Get a little bit of extra flavoring. It's cheap, and I don't have to use all my goo. Cream corn, 2 cans, with some quick oats, kernel corn, another can of kernel corn, and like I said, I got the breadcrumb instead of the panko, but it's gonna do the same job. So I like to put my panko or breadcrumb in first because it's the driest. And then my oats, and I like the large flake oats because it adds like a little bit better of a consistency, but the quick oats this time of year really makes like smaller particles, so it's not as much food for them. And for the breadcrumb, I try to put 2 to 1 for the breadcrumb, so double the amount of breadcrumb or panko to oats. And then mix that up a little. My jello powder, because as soon as there's any moisture in there, this just clumps up and it doesn't spread out in the bait like you want it. And we're going to use a full package, just because. Now our corn, 2 cans of cream, or 1 can of cream actually I'm going to put, and 2 cans of kernel. And then when you're done making this, the consistency is not normally perfect right away, so you add maybe 1 or 2 cans of water, and you just keep stirring it with your hands until you get that right consistency that you really want. You don't want it to be so wet that when you're making a ball there's like water coming out of it, but you want it wet enough that it's sticking together and not falling apart when it's super dry. So 1 more can of kernel here. Might add a little bit more oats too, just to bulk it up a little more. Now, if you guys could smell what I'm smelling, it smells like strawberry jello goodness mixed with sweet corn. And now you can see, like, I've stirred it up pretty good, and it's quite clumpy from the moisture, from the water, actually, from the cans of corn. But if you were to look at it right now, it doesn't really make a good ball. Like, even it might pack in my hands, but like, see how it's like really sticking to my hand? I'll just add a little bit of water and I stir that back around. It's really important to get into the bottom too. and get all that dry mix that's left there. Yep. And if you add too much water, you can just add more dry. And if you have too much dry, like just add more water. So now it's starting to get to the point where it's not really sticking to my hands, and it's making a good ball. That's about the perfect consistency. You can see all that corn in there. Sorry for the lighting. See all that corn in there, and different chunks of oats, and even that little red tinge from the jello. So that's about it. My corn, she's bubbling too, but that's about the base of the method mix. It's pretty wet right now. I'm gonna add some pineapple juice mix to it to the mix tomorrow, and get it a little bit flavored. We're using some Munch citrus blend boilies, so anything really fruity to pump up that mix really helps. But yeah, I got my corn almost done here. Oh, those are some grubby hands. I gotta wash that one. Corn's almost done, and all I do with that, guys, is bring the water to a boil, maybe boil for 45 minutes to an hour until you can see that the kernels aren't dry anymore in the center, and that's just to protect the fish so the corn doesn't expand in their stomachs. And then I put it into a bucket to cool, and I add for one 5-gallon bucket full, I'll add 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of salt, and that just helps keep it good. And even though in a couple weeks you won't think it's very good, but keep it good and make it a little sweet as well. But like I said, if I put mine out in the sun, and when it gets that white foam on it, starts to smell real putrid, like almost like a vomit. That's what the carp here like. So don't be afraid to throw out your stinky corn in the water. It's not gone bad. But thanks everybody for tuning in. This will be the last how-to video for a while. I promise there's some fishing videos coming in the coming weeks. And please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Check out that hand. Hit it. And we're climbing. I'm at like 400 now, so any support for the channel is really helping big time, guys. But stay tuned, and there'll be some fishing videos coming. So thanks.